Buddy, how's it going? Let me just get I I'm running by. Oh wait, I got to do the light on here too cuz or otherwise I can't see. There we go. Hey! How's it going everybody? Hey Emerald Skies or aka Becky. How's it going? Um uh there, shut up you lady. How's everybody doing today? Uh I put a video out today on our half acre homestead. I put a video out for tomorrow on our half acre homestead. And I have a quilt update. You saw the picture for our half acre homestead on Wednesday, probably Friday. Hey, your ground hamburger looks awesome, Raph. Awesome. Becky, Raph, Mama Cat, Celeste Otto Kier, Joe Mama, Rosie Slade, Della Smalley, April Greer. How's everybody doing today? I have been, yes, I've done a few videos. It's ground chicken. Well, it looks great. It looks awesome. Today is Tuesday. I know. There will be, I told you that I'm going to be doing a few public lives extra while I am kind of on vacation. I'm not on vacation. I'm just getting things organized. The twinkle lights have come. So hopefully tomorrow I will be spending most of the day downstairs organizing the studio. And for patrons, that may mean an unscheduled long live stream because you guys are gonna. I may just go live while I'm doing it, and you guys can be there with me. I won't be able to chat much, but I'll keep a running dialogue like I normally do. Thank you, Della. Hi, Lori, Jean, April. Extra. It feels like Christmas. Well, I have my bucket. My schedule has kicked the bucket until November 1st. I'm using this time to, I've just taken as you can see, I've taken the quilt off the frame. And so sometime in the next week, I'm going to be binding it and like making the binding and binding it and washing it and then going over it with a fine tooth comb to make sure that that there's no weak seams or anything like that, because my quilts are machine washable. Hey, Seashell Aloha. Hi, Aces. How's it going? And how is Jean Phillips today? So that's what I've been doing today. I have been, where the heck is my stuff? I have been, where's my fan? I've been quilting. My hands are sore. But Mikey and Amanda will get their quilt for Christmas just before their second wedding anniversary. I'm so ashamed. But Mikey himself said to me, he said, Aunt Bev, I would rather it be done right than be rushed. So I don't care how long it takes. I said, you're going to regret you said that, but they're going to get it for Christmas. So, and they don't watch my videos, so I'm not worried about it. Now, where did my lighter go? Oh my goodness. Hey, Bon Bon Boogie. You had me checking my calendar. It's Tuesday, not Thursday. I know. Told you. I'm winging everything until November 1st. And then I'm back on track. I hope. I really, really hope. I got a lot of shit to get done this weekend. Or this week. I've got to finish the studio tomorrow, Thursday. And I've got a live stream on Thursday. And I've got Freaky Friday. And then there's the Saturday debut of it's nothing big, dear. It's just, guys, the debut of the studio, it's nothing more than what I already have here, only on a little bit bigger scale. And I have some ideas because my clouds aren't showing right like they do here. So, Hey, Skippy, how are you, darling? Hi, Beth. I'm glad to see you. Is that GI or GL? You wrote on your reminder Thursday, but today's date. Oh, did I? I did. Well, let's just edit that crap out there. Stop confusing people. Told you I'm on holidays. Okay. Special Tuesday public live. How about that? Is that better? Now let's go back. Let me get back over here to the live stream. There we go. There you go. No more confusion. Done. Beth Delino. That's why I'd be confused too. And I have reopened the t-shirt sales for, don't look at my hair, because that's just the way it is. Where are you going, Celeste? I'm going to step away and just listen. Have to start dinner. All right, sweetheart. I made a roast chicken day before yesterday. And I did a stir fry last night, which is a video tomorrow on our half-acre homestead. It's one of those making it stretch. But I still have the breast meat left of the chicken and the carcass. So tonight I'm making chicken Caesar salads. And we had supper, then Howie had lunch, and tonight I'm making chicken Caesar salads. And if there's any meat left at all, I'm going to make individual chicken pot pies for supper on Thursday. And there will be a video if I do it. If I do it. See, I'm giving myself permission to do whatever I want until November 1st. Hey, Marie, how's it going, sweetheart? It doesn't take much to confuse us, Bev. Well, I mean, honey, we're all suffering pandemic exhaustion. I mean, you know what I mean. Everybody's exhausted, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted. Whitney! Sorry, couldn't help myself. I know, this is live. Hi, Malka. Hi, Malka. How's it going? Yes, this is live. I told you I'm off schedule until November 1st. I'm just doing whatever I'm not on schedule for anything. Okay? I'm not on schedule for anything. I'm just showing up whenever I feel like it. I'm putting a video out whenever I feel like it because I'm giving myself time to get things done. Like I just took the quilt off the frame. I have finished quilting it. Now it's got to be trimmed and bound and washed. So, and tomorrow and Thursday, I will be working on my studio. So, I mean, this is why I kind of said, I'm going off schedule till November 1st. So, hey, Kim. I did good on that pop-up, and I have another on this Saturday. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Rosie. I'm listening, just trying to figure out what I'm cooking for dinner. I'm going to, I'm making chicken Caesar salad. But see, I don't make it. Like, I know people would say, they're going to call that Caesar salad. It's not a Caesar. Okay, fine. It's chopped, washed romaine lettuce with diced chicken on top and a good of garlic sauce or creamy Caesar dressing, whatever's in the fridge. And then I dump a pile of green pumpkin seeds in the center, and then I give it a 1/4 cup of hemp hearts, and then I sprinkle the top with Parmesan cheese. So no, it's not a chicken Caesar salad, but there's chicken and romaine lettuce and garlic sauce and Parmesan. That's close enough for me. So, I could do a video if you like, but I'm pretty sure I've already done that. Have I not? Pretty sure. Hi, Aldo. How are you, darling? I could eat it. Like, we eat it once a week, but the weather is cooling down and comfort food is becoming more predominant. Hey, Barb. How are you, darling? Baked taters, pork chops, and coleslaw. That sounds good. I was binge watching some of your new videos last night. Well, thank you, Seashell. I hope you're talking to me. Autumn Leaf, how are you, darling? Now, somebody asked me if I got a parcel that they sent. No, I have not. My underwear came, my twinkle lights came, but no parcel. I am still waiting on my camera. Oh, I should phone Papa. Hang on a second. It's actually stretchy, right? But it gives me the feeling that I'm, in fall. It's not real flannel, but my sheets on my bed are. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, let me call Wolfie. Just give me a second here, guys, because why won't this dial? Oh, that's why. I hit it one too many times. He should be on his way home now, so.
Hello.
Okay, yes, I'm on live. How are you?
I'm tired, but I've had a fairly decent day.
Well, okay, good. Chicken Caesar salads for supper.
Awesome.
Check the mail.
Yes. I'm going to pull my car off and do some chopping when I get home.
Oh, okay. Well, don't overdo it, okay? Cousin Marnie gave me hell and said that you shouldn't be doing tires after your heart attack.
I shouldn't be doing what?
Tires. Changing tires.
Well, I have to work my car for a living.
That's right. That's what I said. I said, Marnie, he's a body man. He does, and that's his work and his pleasure. So sorry, that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Okay, drive safe, darling. I'm on live, so I have to get off. But drive safe.
Yeah.
And you just I know you're pulling your car off, but let me know when you're about ready to eat, because you're gonna want to shower when you've done that, aren't you?
You'll hear me.
I'll hear you. Oh yeah. Probably for the last time this year.
No, I still got to move it around, put the tires on it.
Yeah, well, just, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
All right.
Drive safe. Check the
Okay.
mail.
Yes, dear.
All right. I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. I've been worried about him all day. He's working on a roof of something at work, and he's on a scaffolding. And I had a weird dream last night. I couldn't quite remember what it was. But as soon as he said scaffolding this morning, I went, have a care. And he goes, what? I said, I had a weird dream last night. I don't remember the dream. I just know as soon as you said scaffolding, I just went, all my points went on alert. And so it's like, okay, so you be really careful today. Pay attention to what you're doing, right? Arthur's biological father, backed off a 10-foot scaffolding and landed on his back, broke his back in 3 places. And the only thing that saved his life and his back, because he's walking, was that I guess he hit some plywood and it kind of cushioned his fall. So it's like, right? Oh, I got a honey-do list as long as my arm for him. He goes, well, you can put it on the list. I said, no, there's stuff. These gutters have got to be done, period. Gutters have to be done. It's been raining cats and dogs. If we don't get that wood on the deck, it'll never dry. Like it'll be soaked. So if not, he's got to throw a tarp over it. So there's the wood, there's the gutters, there's the chimney. That's got to be clean. So, hey, Alan Leanne, how are you? My stepdad died after he fell from a scaffold. Exactly. I love a nice light coverlet for winter, and I use a homemade crochet blanket in between. Read my message, please. Okay, Bonbon, you may have to, you're going to have to repeat it, and I will look for it, because if it's over 200 characters, it's going to get deleted by YouTube. If it's over 100 characters in caps, it's going to get deleted by YouTube, and you'll get booted. So please be careful with just how much you say and how long it takes and how many characters you use. Malka, that's sad. Yeah, it is very sad. What did you say, Bonbon? Because I can't scroll back. Who The H gave a thumbs down. Geez, just leaving Buzz Killington. That's the bitch factory. That's the bitch factory. They love to come in and go, that'll teach her. Honestly, honestly, only YouTube would give a thumbs down button as well as a thumbs up button. You don't like it, just have the thumbs up button. It's like TikTok. TikTok has a heart. You can heart it or you don't, right? But you don't have to be a bitch either, right? So, it is kind of childish, so don't worry about it. I figure I'm not doing my job right if I don't get some thumbs downs. I count on at least between 6 and 22 thumbs down per video, depending on the content. Oh, God, yes, they're still around. Just wants to know if you're doing a live on Halloween. No. Maybe. No. I am. Okay, thank you for asking. I'm going to live stream us getting set up for the trunk or treating. So you'll get a live stream of us over by the school. But I will not live stream kids coming up to trick or treat. I will not live stream strangers. Okay? It's just not courteous. But yes, I will be doing a live stream on Sunday as we go over to the school and get our setup. I have no idea what the setup's going to be, but it'll be created. Trust me. Absolutely. Bev, you look like you lost some weight. Oh, no, honey, that's just gravity. It's all, I'm pear-shaped. It's all going down and floating down around my belly and my butt. The only thing that helps me from looking like a total pear shape is my boobies. So, hey, the thumbs down helps you, so thanks to them. Whatever, that's right. It's like, thumbs that down. Oh, that'll teach her for being honest. Right? They seem to think I'm a lying, conniving, money-grubbing, occult leader. It's really sad, honestly. I know you do. I know you love me and I love you. Somebody said I posted something on TikTok. I reposted something that they had taken down for community violations. And I just reposted it. I really don't care. If they don't like it, I'll just make another account later on. I don't care. They don't have anything to do with my finances. TikTok is pure fun. And you guys, like these live streams these are my touchstone to life and to reality. Well, not reality. I have reality. I live in reality. But you guys are my touchstones to the outside world. Every once in a while, somebody emails me and tells me what's going on out there. And I go, ooh, I'm glad I'm where I am. Hi, Lily. Oh, well, it may be sad, and it is sad. So we pray for them, right? But remember this. There are people on this planet that are here as volunteers to be the bad guys. They don't know they're volunteers because that was their blueprint before they were born. That was the blueprint they came into this world. Okay? And I must have had some kind of before life contract with these people. Otherwise, they wouldn't harass me so much. Okay? Well, they don't really harass me. They just keep it in a private forum and let them do that. But the thing is I have learned a lot from their horribly sad, soul-sucking, negative behavior. I learned that. I learned that there are people out there. So I really should thank them because they have taught me exactly who I am. I'm me, and I'm okay with that. And if they're not, that's okay too. I just feel bad. That what their spirits must be going through to harbor that much hate and negativity. Speaking of which, I had an apple for my snack last night because I have to have a snack when I take my meds. I had an apple, a nice big red delicious apple for my snack last night. And I was munching away. And I was munching away and I was reading and I was munching away. And then I took a bite that was so bitter that I spit it out into my hand. And this big, beautiful, delicious apple was bad at the core with no sign of damage on the outside. Just saying. My soap turned out wonderful and your soup turned out wonderful and the bread. Awesome. I trust drinking Bev's Kool-Aid. Don't drink my Kool-Aid. It's mine. You drink your own Kool-Aid. The factory has taught us all a lot. Absolutely, Mama Cat. Absolutely. So we will remember the bitch factory. And the reason I have given them the name the bitch factory is because I do not want to promote their page or have anybody going to check them out by giving you their actual forum name. Okay? Because remember, we don't feed that energy. Right? Hey, Beth, how are you, darling? I have to go back to TikTok. I forgot to check it for a long time. Can't wait to see what you've uploaded. Oh, just a couple of little things. Like, a couple of Gracie videos. Bev, tomorrow is my granddaughter's birthday. Her name is Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm wishing you the merriest of days. Will that do? What kind of soup was it, Joe Mama? We can't feed them. Exactly. Okay, we all know the story of the black dog and the white dog, but honestly, think about this. Our bodies, okay, our bodies, okay, and our minds are and our hormones and everything are what determines our gender, okay? Because like it or not, gender is still there, right? But in reality, your soul is genderless. Your soul is genderless. It's a pure spirit, okay? And I have said in the past that we have both male and female in our soul, but that's not technically correct. They're genderless. All right. Our spirit, once it leaves our body, is free to be whatever it wants to be. And it's free when it comes into our body to be whatever it wants to be. It has a blueprint. But if I've learned anything in this last 6 months to a year, it's that prayer and meditation work. Now, when I pray, I don't even pray. I talk to God and I meditate. And I don't ask God for anything. I just thank God for all the things I have. Okay. God, creator, source of all. Okay. God of gods. I really hope we all could meet up sometime somewhere. That would be great. Well, one of these days we will. It's wonderful. Panera broccoli cheddar soup. What's a Panera's? So, okay, so let's look at our spirit. Okay? And it's not gender. So when we say our soul is genderless, it is also because your soul has to be able to identify with whatever body it is born into and its social surroundings, whether or not they are gay, trans, whatever. But you come into this body with that blueprint. Okay? Well, there is good and bad, not good and bad, dark and light in our soul. It's like being androgynous. Okay? Our soul is not pure white light. It can be, right? But you have to feed the correct light in your soul. Okay? It's like the black dog and the white dog, but I don't like to use color. So if you feed the negative side, that will become who you are. But if you're constantly feeding the positive side, the love side of your soul, that is what will bloom. So how you feed it. You plant tomatoes in a garden and you water one and you put the other one under a box and don't give it sunlight or water, it's going to die, isn't it? Panera is a yummy restaurant, Bev. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that sounds delicious. It's a restaurant chain that's gotten so pricey, but they have great soups. The secret is nutmeg. See, I hate nutmeg. But I do know it has its place, right? But I know the bakery used to make pies with apple pies with just nutmeg, no cinnamon. Well, anybody can put nutmeg, cinnamon. I had somebody bring a pie back once and said, "This isn't an apple pie. Where's the cinnamon?" And I said, "Ask my boss." You know what? Subway bread is not just toxic, and I'm not going to say it's toxic because we've been so used to eating. We've been trained to eat so many food-like products. Did you know? Now, don't take my word for it. Please check and do your own research, and don't use Google. Use DuckDuckGo. But do your own research. But I heard that the chicken meat that they use, some of the chicken meat they use is over 40% tofu. Never heard of nutmeg and broccoli soup. Well, a pinch is a pinch is a pinch, right? Like, I'm telling you, I can't, make a pumpkin spice without a little bit of nutmeg in it. And I mean, just a little bit. Well, maybe I'd have. I don't know, because I haven't looked at my pumpkin pie spice recipe in so long. I couldn't tell you. Now, where are you? There you are. It doesn't make it sweet, just adds a little spice. Give me a good old Italian loaf from a deli. I'm not a huge fan of nutmeg either. Well, it's like it's like Julia Childs and cilantro. Some people cannot eat cilantro because it tastes like soap. Howie doesn't like cilantro. Julia Childs forbade it in her kitchen. So is the tuna at Subway? Really? I didn't know that. It doesn't make it sweet, just adds a little spice. I add nutmeg to my egg mixture when I make French toast. It tastes like donuts. Well, that's one thing I do put on top of my eggnog, is because I make my own eggnog and I just give it a little of nutmeg. And I mean, not even a pinch, like a half a finger pinch. Just, Well, Joe Mama, that's because for some people, cilantro, it's kind of a genetic anomaly for some people. Cilantro tastes like soap. For some people, nutmeg just makes them nauseous. Nutmeg makes me nauseous if I use too much. Yes, eggnog season. Do I cook the eggnog? Absolutely not. Then it would be scrambled eggs, wouldn't it? No, you don't cook the eggnog. People, that's the problem nowadays. People forget that things like Nanaimo bars have raw eggs in them, right? Now, when I go to make eggnog this year, I will buy local eggs if I can find them. Because real eggnog, if you're making it from scratch, you use the freshest of fresh eggs. But beet does taste a little bit like dirt, but I like it. We have an Amish bakery near us. So good. They call the cinnamon rolls crack. Mmm. I've been craving some real tacos with cilantro. I'm not a big taco person. I honestly am not sure if I've ever eaten more than one or two, like more than once or twice. I remember when I was pregnant with Arthur, my cousin Linda and her husband Pat, we were going to my aunt Doll's funeral, and they took me out to a Mexican restaurant. It wasn't Taco Bell. It was, I forget what it was. Popular Mexican restaurant in Canada. I don't even know if they exist anymore. But I mean, when I was pregnant with Arthur, I lost a lot of weight. Like I was 215 pounds when I got pregnant with him. And when I went into the hospital in labor, I was 195. And when I brought him home, I was 175. Not Briar. I gained 50 pounds with Briar, and it never left. Yeah, you always use fresh eggs. Hey, Bobby Joe, Rodney, how are you? I was in the store yesterday, and pecans cost more than cashews. Well, I still have, thank God, I still have like a 3/4 of a half-gallon jar of pecans, so I'm good for baking. But they took me to this Mexican restaurant, and they were, and I didn't like a lot of spicy food. I didn't have a lot of heartburn with Arthur because he had no hair. Had a lot of heartburn with Briar. And they were trying to get me to try it. I said, I had never had Mexican food. And they tried their hardest to get me to eat, not refried beans, fried ice cream, which I couldn't, I was too full. I couldn't finish. Tinker Bouncing, how's it going? It's normal for pecans. Sorry, I keep losing my thing. It's normal for pecans to rise this time of year. There is more demand. I always buy pecans early. Well, I got an offer from a company that wanted me to display some of their spices and their vanillas and their organic stuff. But I told them, yeah, I'll do that. Bacon season's coming. I will more than happy, but you got to give me freebies for my friends. I haven't heard back from them. So not every company that approaches me, likes my stance. I will do it. I will do a video. I will review it. I will give an honest review. And then you got to give me a discount code for my friends to order. And you also have to give me two extra of each product. Don't give it to me, but you have to give away 2 extra of each product to my folks. If they don't get back to me, well, then they're not worth my time. However, I am being flooded on our half-acre homestead with offers from Russian companies. There's a reason I have 2-step verification. There's a reason why Michigan Snow Pony's channel was taken over. Okay? I don't trust anything coming out of Russia, right? And it's the same thing over again. Oh, we want you to, we're really interested. Your channel looks fascinating. We want you to preview this game. I'm not a gamer. We do all these things in clothing and fashion. I'm 3X. Do you really still want me to promote your clothing? But whenever it's like, I've gotten to recognize, they can't even speak English. I've gotten to recognize the Slimers for what they are. So, hey, Malka, where'd you go? Hey, Melody Ray. Penny from Nova Scotia, how are you? Welcome back, Malka. So, yeah, I mean, I'm getting offers. I had an offer from a company saying they were Acer computers and they wanted to, and I said, okay, I could use a new laptop and a new hard top, desktop, considering both of mine are Acers and they're pieces of shit. Well, my Acer isn't bad. It's just it has everything I want, but the components are falling apart. I'm down to one USB port that works, and I have a splitter on it for everything, right? It's just So I told them, yeah, but I think what they want, see, there's tricks to this. There are tricks. They come on and they say, oh, we'll give you this and they'll give you that and download our catalog. And when I go to download the catalog, my computer goes, you don't want to be downloading from this site. And it's like, yep, okay, bye-bye. Scammers. Hey, Bourbon, how are you, darling? I'm glad to hear it, Penny. I finally unsued, unsued. Got tired of the soft porn waiting for her channel to be back up. Oh, unsubbed. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she just let it go. She just let it go. Somebody's taken over her. Somebody's infiltrated. She's unwittingly given somebody permission to do something, or she's been very majorly hacked. And they just took over her channel, and all the money that is on her channel is going to them. Nice, eh? Autocorrect got ya. Hey, Roseanne, how are you, darling? I'm doing well. Ladybug. I'm not wiping my nose. My nose is itchy. And when I sniffle, it's because I have no nose hair. But if you would really like me to wipe my nose, now I'll go back to rubbing my nose in about 30 seconds. I have no nose hair. It constantly drips. Do I make Halloween treats? No. We stopped making Halloween treats when parents started throwing them out because they couldn't be trusted. I mean, my kids would get popcorn balls and with a little note in it with a little old lady's scripted handwriting, giving her name, her address, and her phone number. Right? But still, people would throw that stuff out. Well, anybody can fake that. Well, Lady Mug, thank you for leaving me a thumbs down. And let me see. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll just lose that message. Ooh, I know it's soup season, eh? Got to be careful with barley. Well, not here, but in my family members can't do barley. I miss those days. Yeah, it may have been rude, but what the hell? Popcorn balls used to be my favorite at Halloween. I want to wax my nose hair again. I felt like I was 18. Time to fill my jars. Going to listen. Okay, Bourbon. It's soup season. So tomorrow, if there's any chicken left on the carcass, I will make chicken pot pies. I got these cunning little springform pans from the dollar store. It's not dollar store, and I think I paid like $4 a piece for them. But they're nonstick. And when I made the pumpkin pies for the races, I made a small deep dish one for Howie and I. And it was oh so good. So I think I'm going to dig them out. And if I have any chicken left over, I'm going to make chicken pot pies. And then the carcass goes. You don't know that black-white dog story. Okay, well, it's actually very native. It's very old. And the Great Spirit says there are two dogs or two wolves constantly battling inside us to reach the surface. There is a black wolf and a white wolf. Now, this is why I don't like using the colors. There is an angry wolf and there is a happy wolf, but they're constantly battling for position. Who wins? The wolf you feed. I haven't used that word in a long time, but I love it. It's just, there's no other way. I mean, they're like a springform pan, but they're only about that big and they're about that deep. And they make the perfect Like, I'm actually thinking of making pork pies in them. If I could, I'm going to go back to the dollar store and see if I can find any more of them because they would be perfect for making pork pies with hot water pastry without having to mold the pastry down over a glass. You know what I mean? Bon Boogie, what's oversharing? What is oversharing? I had to get a small job done with the janitor's help. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. What's oversharing? Bon Boogie. Once again, I have missed your comment because I honestly think you're putting too many words in it and it's getting booted because I'm not seeing them. I've never had an avocado before pregnancy, and weirdly, I saw them and had to have them. Couldn't get enough of avocados during my pregnancy. Well, Arthur was weird. I was shocked at, yeah, and that's at Giant Tiger. Okay. Somebody else posted a video on TikTok, and they were in Costco, and I don't know if it was in the United States, but those briskets and everything were like, you know, and big roasts and things, they were like in the $175 range when they were like $40 last week or 3 weeks ago. So, hey, Paula in Canada, how's it going? Jill Melton. So if I do, yeah, I saw that. So Howie's going to have one more trip to Costco. And hopefully that will be when my Patreon paycheck comes in. It's not huge, but it's wonderful. It really does save you at the first of the month if anything goes awry. And it's just enough that I want to send Howie to get. I should be making a list while I'm saying this. You know that? Because I'm telling you, Briar hasn't bought. We get these books at Giant Tiger for $5 or $6 at Christmas time, and they're just little notepads. I have like 3 of them, and they're all down to half. And Briar hasn't bought me one in 2 years. I'm going to be really upset if I don't get another notepad for Christmas this year. So what I want, why do I have a pen in my thing that doesn't even function? Most, like, I'm not going for a stock up. I'm just going to fill in the holes in my pantry, right? Half a bone-in ham is $22. Last year, 99 cents a pound. Yeah, forget it. Last year is gone. Hey, Helen22, it's good to see you, darling. I loved how you showed how to portion out meat and food savored. It helps people to see and think. Do you remember when I said I had to buy a new vacuum sealer because the cutter was broke on mine and blah 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 blah? I don't. I had that Sun Life one from last time I did a demonstration. It's all over YouTube and TikTok as a challenge. What is a challenge? Hi, Laura. I had the hardest time staying my grocery budget lately. I'm going over by lots and have a freezer full of beef. Well, that's good that you have a freezer full of beef because this is the first time in many, many years that I haven't had a full freezer. I have a full freezer, my little freezer, my little upright. But again, I have 50 pounds of flour and 10 pounds of rice in my big freezer, which is another thing I have to do between now and November 1st is clean that out and get Howie to take the lid off and unplug it because I can't reach the plug. I know my hair grows so fast. See, oh, there, we'll do a faux hawk until I can't do a faux hawk anymore. Okay, what's going on, Aces? What's a bummer, honey? The little meat store I've shopped at my whole life closed down. Well, that's just the way things are going, isn't it? They're squeezing. For instance, we have an election, a municipal election. Our municipal election's on November 7th. And I have not been talking, but talking some to some of the constituents. And I don't know what their titles are or what they're going for or what their position even holds. But I like to know the person that's going to be representing me in my municipality or anywhere else in government for that matter. So I've been talking to a few on Facebook. I got booted out of a local Facebook page for saying my opinion. And that person lost my vote. But anyway, somebody else was, put on our other kind of local Facebook page that there's going to be a meet and greet with all the candidates on Friday night at our local hall. I think it's at our local hall. And that she'd gone through with the police and all that stuff because apparently there's some real drama going on. You got to know that in small municipalities, politics is cutthroat. It really is. I remember my, brother John, J00, telling me, don't get into even local politics, Bev, because you will either become corrupt or you will be driven out with your heart no longer intact. There is no way to get into politics and remain uncorrupted and still do your job. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost impossible. And so I didn't realize it. And when I started, but if they're so corrupt, isn't that where we should start? And he goes, are you incorruptible? And I said, no, I'm fallible, just like every other human being. He said, then stay out of politics. They'll either corrupt you or break your heart. And I listened. And I'm really glad, because you should see, I've heard that there were threats going on and all kinds of really nasty stuff. Hey, Joe Mama. Hey, Willow's Garden. I agree, and I'm going to make my kids learn canning. Good idea, Autumn Leaf. Hopefully no neighbors get your group while you're away at the meet and greet. I'm not going to be at the meet and greet because it is vaccine passport accessible only. Just going to let that sink in for a second there while I have a puff. And for those of you who may be new, I do not smoke cigarettes. Oh, you're rabbits. But I thought giant Rex or giant, like, Flemish giants and that. Excuse me. I thought those rabbits they take too long to get to their size to make them a viable meat animal. Wednesday surprise live. No, see, Sherry, that's where you're wrong. It's Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. I thought it was Thursday. So you're in good company. But my best girlfriend lost her baby brother due to kidney failure. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Willows. I'm really sorry. And I don't do public live streams very often. I do them on this channel and usually only Thursdays and Sundays, but I'm taking time off right now. I'm doing videos when I can, but not in any kind of order because I've got the quilt off the frame. I've got my studio to finish and, all before, and I've got to get organized for Halloween all before Sunday. So I've got a lot of things to accomplish between now and Friday. Hey, Nina, how are you, darling? What's loss? See, Bon Boogie, you must be putting great big long posts that are over 100 or 200 characters long, including spaces, and if you capitals, it goes down. Because I'm not seeing any of your posts other than your little short ones. These are fancy chinchillas. They reach at 90 days, and they aren't huge like the other giants at all. Oh well, Aldo, do look at my canning rabbit video because I raw pack them bone in, with a slice of bacon, and they'd come out tasting like turkey. I miss the dailies sometimes. That's why we're doing them right now. And I'm going to do daily lives, much to Joe Mama's concern about my welfare. I'm going to do my best to do daily live streams on this channel in December, because I have been sent, and it's here somewhere, a beautiful tea advent calendar. So I thought, well, I'll do like a 15-20 minute tea break every day throughout the month of December, right up to Christmas Eve. And we'll have a cup of tea together every day. It's not that big a deal. It's just my living room downstairs. But I need help to get it done. Howie's going to have to help me one night this week, probably tomorrow night. Like, he's taking his car off the trailer and putting it away and all that stuff and getting it things organized for winter. Then he's got to winterize the coach. Then he's got to bring in the firewood. Then he's got to clean the gutters. He's got to clean the chimney. And he still has to finish trimming my medical herb. Hey, me and you. How are you, Angie? It is Angie, right? I want to say Heather, but it's Angie, right? Hello, Monique. How are you? So basically what it is there's a star wall, but I haven't built it yet because my lights just arrived yesterday. And there's a star wall and there's a cloudscape. I am not going to have my green screen up anytime. I'm not sure, depending on how much help Howie wants to give me. And then I'm setting up my makeup area. The table that used to be here, my sewing table, is down there. And I have bins like that on top on one side for wig stuff. And but that all has to be set up as well. And I've got like probably 2 garbage bags full of stuff that I've got to get picked up and everything vacuumed, and my light wall. The problem why it hasn't been done is A, I haven't had the lights, and B, it's really, really hard for me to get down and up and down off a stool safely. So I'm actually got to ask Howie to bring in the step ladder. I can't go all the way up the step ladder, but even if I can get up 2 steps, I have something I can lean on for support, whereas my little plastic step stool, it's 2 steps, but I have nothing. I should bring in my stationary walker. Am I going to do the card tree on the wall down there? No. I'll probably do it in the dining room again. But I'm going to put up the big YouTube family Christmas tree downstairs. And I'm going to use the little 4-foot one on top of my sewing machine up here. I love the idea of your studio. My girls made a babe cave out of my spare room. They love hanging in there to chill. A space for your own is so special. You know what? I've wanted one my whole life. Didn't even know I wanted space of my own. Right? I mean, yeah, this is kind of my space, but it's also a workspace. Where my studio is technically going to be a workspace, but it's also going to be a creative space just for live streaming. For Freaky Fridays, for once a month live streams doing cards and divination in Glamour publicly, but I'll be doing it on a regular basis with... So what I'm going to do Friday is I'm going to do my Freaky Friday, and I'm not going to do it in makeup this week, because Saturday I'm going to do a live stream for my patrons while I get ready for the public live stream Saturday night in Glamour. So I'll be doing patrons, doing an unlisted live stream with the patrons, and then when we cut off with the patrons, I will get set up, and then I will go live publicly in Glamour. And then Sunday, I'm going to do a live stream while we set up the truck. And please, everybody pray for good weather on Sunday, because, you know, it's one thing to be in your house or on your porch. It's another to be sitting outside giving out candy, right? It is going to be... Andrew, hello, darling. Blessings from Yorkshire. Sorry, because I love you. I love barley. I rarely cook because it's difficult to stand. I love beef barley soup too. You throw in, you know, Howie hates that I throw in tomatoes, but Keep a basket near the staircase and put in it all the stuff that needs to going downstairs. Then all can go at once. Same for going upstairs. Well, I've got it down now so that I have to take very little downstairs with me. I take my spare phone, which is a really shitty camera, by the way. My tablet, my laptop is down there, and I take my regular phone with me. Everything else, and these glasses. Those are the only things, and milk for my tea, you know. But everything else is pretty much down there for me. Well, I have thrown stuff down there. I'll throw slippers and stuff like that down there, but I want to get it so that, I mean, there's still the TV stand full of Danielle Steele books, hardcover books. I don't know, there's got to be 40 of them. Danielle Steele books, still in the dust covers. And when I went to move that TV stand, I thought I almost blew a hernia because I didn't know it was full of books. So that's still in the hallway. I've got to get all the books out of it so that Howie can put it somewhere. And the TV that was on it, I think they'll go into the back bedroom, the bedroom that Briar uses when we're on the weekends. I was on Patreon but stopped. You were on here so often. I can get that here, no fee. Well, that's okay. That's your choice, Beth. But there's a lot of things you don't get that you don't see, which is what's coming up. Then so we got Freaky Friday, and then we got a Patrons Live on Saturday. Well, I get up. Oh, and when I do start doing the lights and stuff downstairs and the star wall, patrons are going to be live with me for that. I won't be able to sit and talk, but I'll keep a running conversation while you're going to see what it takes for me to do stuff with no knees. And I mean, that's it. There's no judgment on you, Beth, for wanting to leave Patreon. That's fine. Everybody, it's all about choices. I'm pro-choice, right? A zip-up hoodie with pockets. Well, I actually sometimes will take a change of clothing downstairs, because if I am working downstairs and then I want to go live, I don't want to wear those clothes I've been, working in. Like usually it's shorts and a tank top, right? I found out, merci. You need a belt or apron so that you can be hands-free while you navigate the stairs. I'm pretty much hands-free. I put anything I need to take down in a shopping bag, and I sling it on my arm, my left arm, and that's the arm that grips the rail. And then I back down the stairs. Always have. Well, not always have. Have since my knees went bad. Hey, Edie, how are you, darling? Oh, Aldo, you're killing me. Where are you watching Call the Midwife? Because I can't get it on Netflix anymore. I love Call the Midwife. I watched it through. Every time they had a new season come out, I watched the whole season, the whole thing all over again. That's okay, Beth. You don't have to worry about it. Everybody has their reasons for doing and not doing. And far be it from me to ask people to spend money they can't afford in these times. I love that show too. So how are things? Angie? Do what you got to do, Bev. I'm behind on laundry because steps are difficult. I watched the Call the Midwife on Netflix. Yeah. And then when they finally were like, there's season 8, and I kept going back, and then it was gone. Bev, your pricing video was very interesting. Definitely a need for a series on prices and sensible meal ideas. Less meat, more veg is what we grew up on. Well, watch tomorrow on our half-acre homestead, because I showed you what I did with that half a package of stir fry. Howie was a very good sport, but he also knows that unless he puts a deer in the freezer, meat is going to be something that we are cutting way back on. Like a roasting chicken every single time is going to do 4, if not 5 meals. Like, for instance, we had the roast chicken, and tonight we're having chicken Caesar salad. And tomorrow, if I can get even a half a cup of chicken off of that carcass, I will make chicken pot pies. Plus how we had lunch. So there's 4: dinner, lunch, tonight's supper, chicken pot pie, and soup. I'm going to see if I can't get 5 meals out of that chicken. Now, I haven't been doing videos on it. So, but then you've seen me do them different ways, right? But if I do chicken pot pies, I will do a video. Take care, Aldo. Things are okay. Pole barn is almost done. Breaking ground for the house this week. Hopefully snow comes much later. You know, be careful, because when it comes, it's going to slam us. I feel it. I love the first couple of seasons of Called Midwife. Now it's just propaganda. Oh, I haven't seen anything past season 7, so. Us also, Bev. I've already started implementing it here. Yeah. Oh, Daddy must be on his way home. Somebody's crying. I'm going to phone him and remind him to bring in the stepladder, because he can't do it in the morning because he's not awake. This phone is crap, but it doesn't cost me much. And I don't have any data on it. I just use it for Wi-Fi, so. No, I'm not done canning yet. Shetland fan. Oh, I haven't seen that, I don't think. I feel the judgment, but I've given much to you and your channel. Sweetheart, why would you feel judgment? He's going to not answer the phone because he's coming in. Because he's coming in the house, and he's going to be pissed. Then I'm going to send him right back out again to get it. Don't feel judged, sweetheart. You know you're judged if you try and come back to Patreon and you're blocked, which you are not. There have been some people that have come in and become patrons on the 5th of the month, enjoyed all of, the live streams and the extra videos when there is extra videos, and then pulled their pledge just before being paid. You've never been one of those people. So please don't feel any kind of judgment. Everybody has to do what they have to do, right? And these regular daily live streams are just for now. After November 1st, a whole new schedule comes out. I used to live on Unst, the most northerly isle in Shetland. Going to watch the news. Oh, God, love you. I genuinely love the way you get the most out of meal prep. I'm learning from you. Stretch food is the future. Our grandparents told us, but we didn't listen. Well, somebody said when I showed my shopping video from yesterday, they're like, and no, guys, my nose isn't running. It's itchy. But someone said, why would you pay that much for bread when you bake bread? I says, I'm off. I'm on holiday. It's a working holiday, but I'm on a busman's holiday, which means I'm still doing everything I normally do. I'm just not feeling bound to my schedule as I normally would. And that's why everybody's getting daily live streams, because you might not get a video, but you will get a live stream. But definitely making it stretch videos are what's coming out. Any kind of cooking videos, unless it's a grand scheme, meal for company, then it's basically going to be making it stretch videos. And I have 50 pounds of organic flour in my freezer for the winter months, because I buy bread in the summertime because I'm too busy, and in the fall because I'm too busy. In the winter, I bake it. So The only time I make bread is for Christmas dinner. No, I make bread all winter long. Why do you think I got that great big tub of, multigrain stuff? I bake bread for the first time since February. I'll buy it most of the time. Well, the thing is our bread that we buy is like 14 grain, right? 14 grain, quinoa, ancient grains, anything like that. And that bread is normally $3.97 a loaf. So a couple of weeks ago, it went on sale for $1.97 at Giant Tiger. I bought 7 loaves because it was worth it to me. But when I got up to the counter yesterday, I remember I said it was like $16 in bread. When I got up to the counter, the bread didn't realize the bread was on 2 for $5. So I'm good until November 1st, and then I'm going to start baking bread soon. Thank you for reminding me. If he can get it, I need another bag of OG flour. TP, only 1 package is all I need. I don't need any platinum, because the last time he went, there was a time when Dawn Platinum, it always came out in packs of 3. And then there was a time during this pandemic where you could only buy them individually and they were expensive. So the last time Howie stopped at Costco for me, he said he got 2 packages. So I have 6 bottles of that. I'm good for that. It's hot to make bread in the summer. Actually, making bread in the summer is not that difficult if you know what you're doing. I mean, you put it in a roasting pan in the sun. It'll rise real quick. I was RAF Sax Award. I loved it. You were RAF? So was my Uncle Art. 4 seasons in one day, and Northern Lights were regular occurrences. My Uncle Art was killed. He was on leave. I don't know where it was. It was in a very small town in England. That's all I know. And I could probably look it up. My sister would certainly know. But he was in a movie theater with his mates that were on leave in a small town. And it was mostly kids in the theater because it was a small country town, and kids had been shipped out of London to go out on farms to keep them safe from the Blitz. And I guess a German bomber got lost in the fog and got separated in the fog. And when it dropped its bomb almost directly on the town. And my uncle Art was killed, but he was killed helping kids out of the theater. So he's buried over there. And years ago, when I first started getting to know people on the internet, this was before YouTube, and this is when chat was seedy and nasty, and there was less stuff. But anyway, one of my friends that I'd gotten to know on a game website that I used to play called Pogo, he actually. I sent him a picture of my Uncle Art. He printed it off and went on a day excursion on his motorcycle. He printed it off, put it in a plastic sleeve, bought flowers, and put the flowers on the grave from me and his picture, and took a picture of it and sent it to me. One of those moments when you just know that there's such wonderful people in the world, like you guys. You guys keep me coming back every single day. Hey, Patricia Carson, do you want a funny TP story? Hey, Grow, how's it going? No, I mean, cooking bread in the summer heats the house up so much. Rodney, well, you may be talking in all caps. You may be using too many emoticons, or you may be using too many words. That's what happens, Rodney. I'm sorry. I have some kind of ghost protocol that messes with my chat ever since I had, it's called Nightbot. and it's a digital moderator. And even though I got rid of it, it's never completely gone away. It messes with my chat. I know, Angie. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, I put a post in Facebook saying about our local elections, saying, I can go to the grocery store. Basically, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that I can walk in with a mask on and vote. I can go to the grocery store and shop as long as I social distance and wear a mask. But I'm not allowed to meet and greet the local candidates for our election because it's passport only. So one of the ladies I was talking to, when she said, I can come out and visit, or if you have any questions, don't be afraid to email me or talk to me here on Facebook. I'm not just a political thing. I'm a local, right? And I said, well, you can answer one thing, because after I'd had this conversation with her in chat, this other thing came out about the meet and greet with the local political candidates. And I said, I do have one question. I said, this just came out and I need to know why that's acceptable. And she said, it's not. It's not. Right? He's out there and it's driving Gracie up the wall because she needs to be out there to greet him, but I need him to tell him to bring in the thing. Me and you acres is Angie. Me and you, sorry. It's like Emerald Skies ASMR is Becky. So I thought it was really awesome. Just answer your phone, son. Hun. Man. They should have done a Zoom. Well,
leave a message.
Well, no, that's not the point. That's not the point. Last month, I walked into the very same hall to vote. So why can't I go into that very same hall, sit on a chair, so 3 feet away or 6 feet away from somebody else, or stand in the friggin' back and have my questions answered? This is the kind of elitist, controlling behavior that is being created. And it is elitist. Why is it okay that only so much of the population is allowed to go into a meet and greet with our local political constituents and candidates? Why is it that only certain people are allowed to go in there and ask all the questions and have their voices heard? It's elitist, and it's segregation, and it's wrong. So that's all I'm going to say on that. It's real sticky dough. I'm making flour tortillas for bean burritos for lunch tomorrow. Making some bread as well. You know what? I think I might make some flatbreads for the freezer. This is not right now. I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff that I'm going to be doing in winter prep once my big freezer is clean and empty, because my little one's almost full. Well, exactly, Paula. They don't want to have people that think, ask questions. It's not that. It's just because some local drama and threats against candidates and stuff force the person who organized the meet and greet. Now, I'm going to say this honestly. They force the person who was organizing the meet and greet to talk to the police to make sure it was safe for them to have the meet and greet, because there were threats had been made. So now that the police know, they have to uphold, or they think they have to uphold mandates or face fines. It's all bullshit. I know, English muffins. Well, Kelly, doesn't mean I won't try going in. But in reality, honestly, as a UV here in Canada, I don't necessarily want to be in a room full of these people. Not because I don't like them or don't want to be around them, but because they could be carrying the virus and not even show symptoms, which would be very dangerous for me. So that's why I haven't even tried to go into a restaurant. And restaurants are going to start figuring out that 2/3 of the population isn't enough. There are going to be people who don't want who don't want the hassle of proving it. Okay, so now your population of going into restaurants and stuff is down to about 50%. Okay, we are soon going to be forced into big box stores, and all small businesses are going to close because they can't keep up. Most of the restaurants in this area have got shut down for takeout and become takeout. Yes, Avonlea, and you're very right. Panera is a chain processed food. Bev, do you have a video of making focaccia bread? No. Hi, Mr. Bucky. No, I don't have. I'm not one of those people who makes fancy breads. I kind of go from basic bread, which is water, yeast, sugar. There's the motor car. There's the race car starting up. Which is water, yeast, flour, and sugar and salt, to adding eggs and multigrain and butter and milk. And I mean, there's many ways you can fancy up bread. I just don't look at recipes. I just wing shit stuff together. Hi, EJM. Husband fell into the panic over the vanishing TP at the beginning of the mess. He brought home a 6-pack. He paid $14. I hit the ceiling, then brought out the 4 tubs that hold 150 rolls, all free. I mean, seriously, I was looking. I'm looking at like $7 for 12 regular rolls of toilet paper. That's bloody ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure that when Howie went to get, the last time he went, he said, we won't have any more toilet paper till tomorrow. They're restricting the toilet paper at Costco. I'm sure of it, because of the way people were buying. But I don't care if you restrict it or not. Just make sure that everybody gets a roll, like gets a package when they want it, right? Hey, Gothic Sugar, how's it going? Here, all the power people are always photoed, not using the masks they mandate, so go out in groups. And okay, we're not going to talk about this much more because they're already, if you haven't noticed, my live streams, my public live streams, don't always stay public until the next day, because they're going, oh no, especially when somebody tips me. They turn the monetization off and I have to request a review, and then they let it go by morning, right? So pecan pie. I make a lot of them, freeze them, and defrost in microwave before use. You know what, Mary Cook? I'm not a huge fan of cooking, but when I do, it's because I look for not just nutrition, not just quantity, quality, nutrition, and aesthetically pleasing to look at. Potato soup is hard to make aesthetically pleasing to look at because it's white. Sam's Club has restricted it to 1 package, and it stayed that way, of course. I look forward to cooking again. I'm looking for cute plates. Sorry, Bev, just frustrated. I will clam up. Do not clam up. You say whatever you want. I'm just not going to be able to respond the way I want, because that's the way it is. Censorship is alive and well in social media. Thank you, Turdo. But mind you, it started long before that anyway. Baking isn't your fave. Huh. Anyway, I'll be right back. I have to have a piddle because I don't think I could do our closing prayer. I'm doing okay, Gothic Sugar. I'm doing okay. I'm taking some time off. I know it doesn't seem that way, but I've given myself permission between, this weekend past and November 1st to put out videos if and when I can and to do live streams when I feel like it, but get my other work done. I really have to go. Ooh. Oh, my knee. Oh, yeah, this damp weather. My knees do not like it. Oh, shit. I better check my butter, too. I hope it's not burning. Gracie! Oh, no, you're not going outside. Daddy's working. When Daddy's working with the car, he doesn't want you underfoot. I'll be right there, folks. I am clarifying my butter for my medicinal butter, and I think I burnt it. Or just a little bit. It doesn't look burnt, but there's a little bit of golden stuff floating on, like a burnt golden stuff floating on top, but it smells really good. I'll have to figure out how I did that because there are recipes that call for burnt butter. You love baking but suck at bread. How? I don't understand. Now listen, I sucked at bread for years. Sucked at it for years. Found out I was being too cautious, too careful, measuring too carefully, and I was being too kind to the dough. You got to kick the crap out of bread, right? Fire stuff together. Make sure the trick is getting to feel when the dough is elastic. And that's when you know exactly how it works. I have to go, Bev. Good night, everyone. Take care, Skippy. Bread was the only thing I was good at till a few years ago. One day, someone took me in hand and said, this is how you bake bread. You are being too fussy with it. You're being too fussy. It's all in how the dough feels. So you work that dough until it feels right. And then it's all good. Too skimpy on the salt. Yes. I hate when that happens. I always try to force myself to eat it if it's gross, but never manage. Sandra Moore. Hi, Bev. My bread turns out horrible. I remember when I worked at the bakery, our bread baker went on holiday or something, and somebody else came in, and our multigrain loaves looked like meatloaves without an arch. They were just low and flat. And it's like, my boss was like, what are we supposed to do with that? Because multigrain bread, you can use only so much of it for like croutons and stuff, but this was really heavy, dense bread. So I just took a whole tray of it home. And I used that for months in meatloaves and breadcrumbs and all kinds of stuff. And then my boss's wife came back to work and she said, what did you do with all that bread? I said, well, I took half of it home and the other half. She said, why? I said, because I was told to throw it out. So, exactly. Make Howie homemade pizza and some for the freezer. Good way to stretch meat. Well, I'm going to have to go shopping because I need to get spaghetti sauce. But the things I want Howie to get me at Costco are sugar, flour, butter, cheese, Parmesan cheese, cream cheese, I'm pretty sure that's about it. And toilet paper. Toilet paper and laundry soap. That's about it. When the bread beats the crap out of you, I'm that girl. I grew up in a large family, had to make 12 loaves each week. Well, I now know that times were hard when my mom was making bread. Bread and potato soup. I can remember living on that most one winter. So, hi, Cheryl Shaw. Well, thank you. You know what? I'm not an awesome person, but I may be down to earth. And the truth of the matter is, okay, I would rather be the best version of myself, which everybody has been watching me grow for the last 12 years. I would rather be the best version of myself than a poor imitation or any kind of copy of somebody else. That is the one thing I think most of society has forgotten to learn. That individuality is not necessarily standing out in the crowd because you have the best makeup, the best hair, the best looks, the best attitude, or the best idea. Standing out as an individual because you trust and care about who you are. Oh, well, that takes some doing now, doesn't it? Teens need this message. Amen. All right, listen, I got to go. It's been an hour and a half, and they're already going to restrict this video because it's been an hour and a half, and they want to make sure I haven't said anything wrong before they release the monetization on it. I heard you mention snow earlier or a bad winter. I've been feeling that way for a while, and I live in the southern states. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know, this mild, damp weather is going to turn into a lot of snow. May not necessarily be a brutally cold winter, but it's going to be a heavy snow winter. I feel it in my bones. Bev, you're an original, a one of a kind. You bring us together for company, and I appreciate it. Well, thank you, Shell. Thank you so much. That's one of the biggest compliments I could ever get. Why? Because somebody called my dad the originator. Not the Terminator. Somebody called my dad after meeting him the originator. And so for somebody to say that makes me feel really close to my dad, I guess. Are we supposed to get snow around now? 4th here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. The beauty I admire most doesn't hide the flaws, but show our absolute singularity. Oh, Butterfly. Hi, darling. Thank you for being like your dad. Well, I'm only half dad. The other half is my mom. And my cousin recently said to me, my cousin Diane, who's 82 or 83 years old, we were talking about politics because we were on the phone, so it's safe. We're talking about politics and all the upheaval in the world the last year. And we talked for about an hour, and I filled her in on some of the things I don't trust and some of the things I do. And she said, oh my God. And I said, what? She said, you are your father all over. I said, no, honey, I'm not. I said, my dad was a brilliant man, and he was far-seeing, and he saw this shit coming down the pipe, but he never warned anybody. He would save it for private conversation, but he had the knowledge, but didn't have the, I don't say he wasn't a passionate man, because he was a fierce romantic and a passionate man, but he didn't have my mother's passion. I mean, I'll never forget my Aunt Diane coming down the street. Now you got to remember, I lived on a street with a lot of relatives. And my Aunt Diane, God rest her soul, was my mom's baby sister. And my mom and my Aunt Diane were the two youngest out of like 13 kids. I mean, there's still some that say it was 15, but two youngest out of 13 kids. And they both lived on the same street they were born on. Okay. And there was this lady that lived on the corner of Pape and our street, who was, God rest, she's probably dead, but she was nuts. I remember somebody, my cousin and I were collecting pop bottles once, and my neighbor said, the local teenager said, oh, go ask Rosie, right? I never thought, they said, oh, she's got a basement full. So I went and asked if she had any spare pop bottles, or pop bottles she didn't, that she wanted to get rid of because they had a deposit on them back then. And she started screaming at me abuse and blah, blah, blah at the top of her lungs. And now those kids did that deliberately. But one day, my Aunt Diane was coming off of Pape Avenue and coming down our street. And my Aunt Diane was not a well woman. Mentally, excuse me, I got something in my eye. Mentally, emotionally, physically, my Aunt Diane was not a well woman. She probably spent the first 2 years of her life in bed because she had heart issues and all kinds of stuff. And to top it that off, she didn't have a very nice husband. So, not that he wasn't nice, but he had a temper. Okay, he was a good man, but he had a temper. Anyway, she was coming down. She come off Pape Avenue down our street one day, and I guess she made eye contact with Rosie or something, with Rose, and Rose just started screeching and flailing her arms. My Aunt Diane and my mother, who was coming up to that time close to being an agoraphobic. Like she would go out, but only if it was with my dad. Or with, people she trusted, like a brother or, in a car, right? But I never saw my mother shoot out of the house so fast in her life, in my life. And she shot down that street and she stood between my Aunt Diane and that miserable, and this woman was no small fry, and my mom was only 5'2". But she was like a banty rooster, man. She was just like got in between Aunt Diane and Crazy Rosie, and she was like, you get away from my little sister. Blah, 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 blah. You get back to your side of the street. Nobody wants it. Blah, 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 blah. That was my mother. If she saw injustice, nothing pissed her off more. Here's to my parents. Can you imagine a quilting bee talking that stuff? I had a quilting bee once, but it was with local women. And so anyway, listen, guys, I got to go make supper and watch some TV with my hubby. And Howie, step ladder. Told him last night to bring it in this morning, and he said, it's dark out there. But he wouldn't answer his phone when he got home while it was still light out, so we'll see. Thank you, Seashell. All right, for all those who care to, I notice people have been slowly leaving, and that's okay, because now it's come time for our push of spiritual nourishment to each other and to the world. This, see, I don't have, my nose isn't running, it's just trickle. This is where we drop the walls that are erected between religions, because religions erect walls. Did you hear that? Oh, Gracie, he'll be in a minute. Ooh. I heard you. Oh. Howling for your daddy? Oh, my goodness. Go on, then. Go wait for him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. I knew that person was not good. Anyway, for all those who care to, please help me close with this push of spiritual nourishment to each other and to the world. This is not about religion. This is about coming together with the similarities in our faith and in love to help shed some light in the world, which is full of darkness right now. And it's going to be a long winter. So, No, don't go to the bitch factory. Don't go to the bitch factory. All right, so we've had time for everybody, and it's no judgment if you want to leave. Please do not take it that way. This is just for us who want to hang together and Greasy Magoo. Chill, baby. You want a treat? Nothing's going to distract her from the fact that Daddy's been home for about 20 minutes and been outside, and she hasn't been there to greet him. Spiritual nourishment, absolutely. All right, for all those who care to, let's take a nice deep breath. Gracie, oh, you want a treat now? You want a treat? Are you hurt that Daddy not here? Okay, all right. Here, just... Sorry, folks. She needs to be soothed. Oh. Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby. Yes, all right. Now, Daddy will be in a minute. Okay? Have a treat. Come on, don't pout. Take your treat. Oh, my gosh. Now, pick it up. Thank you. That's her. She went... And now she's picking it up and eating it. But that's her telling me that I'm not pulling the wool over her eyes, that I was just distracting her from her post at the door with Daddy. Take care, EJM. All right. Nice deep breath. If I can. Oh, Creator, Great Spirit, God of gods. How's it going? Source of everything. Thank you, God, for helping me to finish the quilting on that quilt today. That meant a lot. I needed the help and I needed the rest. And thank you for the patience of my YouTube family, because while I take this next week to kind of flutter about in between tasks and stuff. But God, we know what's coming down the pipe this winter. And our whole point of being here together is that we can push back the darkness and focus on what we want to see for our future, which is love and light and harmony. We know these are possible things, God. So we come together every day and we I almost said ask. We come together every day so that we can link hearts and link hands and see the beauty of our future. It is so easy to get lost in the distractions of the negative. And they are there for a reason, but it doesn't mean we have to be sucked in by it. So God, for everybody who's having a hard time, who's alone, neglected, rejected, afraid, anxious, confused, sick, ill, in pain, helping loved ones through tough times and financial worries. God, we just want to link hearts and link hands, and we want you to fuel our circle, the circle that stretches across the world. Please, God, fill us with your divine light and love. May it shoot down through our feet, anchoring us to our beloved Mother Earth. And we know we're directly connected to you. But let that light fill us so completely it shoots out our hands and fuels our circle until we are one circle of light that keeps building and building and building until we are no longer people, but a reflection of God's light and love. And it becomes so brilliant we can no longer contain it. We push that light out. And light workers step forward and lift that light aloft. The light of 1,000,000 divine light flares, creating a beautiful, brilliant light for all those that are struggling to take refuge under, for all those that are having a hard time to rest until they are also able to stand up and lift that light aloft so that it spreads. But one thing, the most important thing about us lifting light aloft and sharing it with others, sharing God's love with others, is that light, we know God pushes back the darkness, sends it scurrying from the illumination of your love. And that's always a good thing. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Peace be with you. Merry meet, merry part. Blessed be. So mote it be. And so it is. Whatever your salutation is, whatever faith you bring to the table to fuel our light, we thank you. Take care. God bless. And until I see you again, hold your light aloft and be proud. Take care. God bless.